Hello everybody. Miss Boo is going to her first protest rally ever. And she's protesting along with the other doggy people here in San Francisco. Let's go this way, Boo. Because the city, there's a big doggy. Or not the city. Golden Gate Park Recreation Area, which is federally owned, I believe, covers all the beaches in San Francisco, and they want to make it leash only, so doggies won't be able to play on the beach, and Miss Boo's opposed to that. Can't run and see the doggies and play with the doggies. That's not right. That's what she says. Now the reason they say is because there's some special birds and the doggies will mess with the birds. And I can understand myself both sides of that. But Miss Boo, she says she didn't know San Francisco was a nature reserve. She thought this was a big city, not a nature reserve. She doesn't understand why she can't run and play on the beach. But anyway, she's about ready to go to her protest where they're all yelling and screaming over there. Might not like that. But that's about it for now. That's why she's here protesting. Her first one ever. Because if I can't do the beach, I'll get me some breakdancing on the Civic Center lawn. Okay, let's go here, folks. We're gonna go over to where the protesters are. Okay, come on, Bo.
Your little 3-year-old talk ball pile of dog things. She's made a lot of sense for those citizens. I mean, I talk to them all the time.
Oh, there's a big doggy. Look at the big doggy. Hi, big doggy. Thank you. Just let it go. Thank you. Got tangled there for a minute. This way, Bo. This way, Bo. This way.
Hey everybody, we're gonna get started. You wanna come on up? So what would be
Let's
cool
go this
is
way.
if we could have a bunch of people up on top facing that way, so people can see us, and some people down in the front facing that way.
To walk away
So
from
we're
the
not like just talking to
loudspeaker.
nobody, so we can get each other's silence about hearing what's happening. Some people up on top looking out, and some people down at the bottom looking down. Thank you very much.
Hard to film with Miss Boo. She's... Hello.
Look, girl, what's your name?
Oh, yeah.
Say hello. Hi, baby. Hi, sweetie. Hello, man.
Aren't they cuties with their jackets? That's Miss Boo's neighbors. Oh well, we'll turn it
Having a
back
hearing
on
this
when they
afternoon
start
and
talking.
considering a resolution on the Golden Gate National Recreation Area's quite extreme proposal to eliminate off-leash dog walking and dogs in many of the areas that we love and we go to on a daily and weekly basis. Fort Funston, Ocean Beach, Crissy Field, Chatham, Fort Mason, Land's End, Fort Funston, Marin Headlands, Ocean Beach. Okay, so just to get things rolling, we're going to have up the supervisor who, first of all, kind of organized this space for us so that we could have this rally, who called for the hearing and also introduced a resolution that would officially put the city on record opposing the GGNRA's proposal, and that's Supervisor Scott Wiener.
Thank you, and welcome to City Hall. This is the People's House, and this is where you can come when city government or federal government or anyone else is doing something that isn't in the interest of San Francisco. And that's what's happening right now. That's what we're going to talk about today. And we need to make sure that GGNRA understands that this is not a museum. This is an urban recreation area for us to use. And that means people being able to bring their dogs. And I have a lot of concerns about the impacts on people's ability to have a place for recreation for their dogs, but also on the impacts on our parks, because if we ban off-leash dogs effectively in the GGNRA, dogs aren't just going to evaporate. We're going to have more crowding in our parks, so we're not going to have enough space, and it's just going to have a ripple effect on our city, and we need to make sure that GGNRA understands that. I also want to make clear, this isn't an either-or, that you're either in favor of the dogs, or you're in favor of the snowy plovers, or you're in favor of the native plants. We're in favor of all of that. This is a big space, and everyone needs to be welcome there, and we can promote all of these interests. So let's have a great hearing today, and just thanks for being here.
I just wanted you to notice how far up the microphone was. So I'm Andrea Buffa. I am a San Franciscan. I live in the Sunnyside neighborhood. I have 2 Australian cattle dogs, and my boyfriend and I walk them at Fort Funston. So I'm basically like all of the rest of us. We are concerned citizens that want to keep our city dog friendly, keep using the spaces that we love. So I just want to recognize the groups that brought us all together here. Some of them are very important to us. Give them a shout out. So SF Dog Pack, which is a political action committee. If you never knew, we have a dog political action committee. Eco Dog, which is a coalition of lots of awesome groups. Crissy Field Dog. I think it's Crissy Field Dog Group. I sometimes mess the names up a little, sorry. Fort Funston Dog Walkers. Ocean Beach Dog. San Francisco Professional Dog Walkers Association. And the San Francisco SPCA. And not to forget, SF Dog. You always got to mess up and forget one really important group. So before our next speaker comes up, this is going to be a short rally. We're basically getting psyched to go into the hearing. We're providing an opportunity for people who have to go back to work to come in their lunch hour and say how important this is to you. But we got to do a cheer. A chant. Sorry, I used to actually be a cheerleader a really long time ago, but it's a chant, not a cheer. So we talk about, it's really important to recognize that only 1% of the GGNRA is open to off-leash dog walking right now. And they're trying to take away 90% of that 1%. So this chant is about our 1%. And it's, hey, GGNRA, don't take our 1% away. Ready? Hey, GGNRA, don't take our 1% away. 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 All right, so we got a lot of great support out here right now, including a mayoral candidate. And welcome and applaud, please, Bevan Dufty, former San Francisco supervisor and candidate for mayor of San Francisco.
Thank you very much. And doing a great job. It is wonderful to have someone succeed you that is doing such great things, and I appreciate his sponsorship of the resolution today. Our city is a special place for dogs, and I think that that's something that really marks the character of San Francisco. And I think what GGNRA is proposing is fundamentally un-San Franciscan, and it's why our city government needs to stand up and say no. That's the most important thing that we can do, is to say no to this rule. We have some of the most unique programs here in San Francisco. We have agencies such as PAWS that recognize that dogs and pets are not simply animals, they're companions in some of the most fundamental ways, and that they have an impact on people, on their well-being, on their outlook, on their health. We have agencies that are doing some of the most amazing rescue work anywhere in the country. And we have agencies that ensure that we're adopting dogs into households, and that we have city policies that protect those dogs and make sure that they're treated with respect and love. These rules are really wrong, because you know what? At the end of the day, San Francisco is about a fabric of a city. We're a small city, but some of the most important and deep connections that I've seen among San Franciscans are through their dogs. You see people of all socio-economic backgrounds, all cultures, all diversities, out at parks, out at dog play areas, communing and interacting in a way that would not happen. And to take away off-leash recreation at GGNRA is really taking something fundamental away from San Francisco. And so I pledge to you, as a citizen, as mayor, as a public servant, I would stand up and say that these rules cannot happen. Thank you so much, and keep up the fight.
All right, so I just want to point out some of the signs here. I have a dog and I vote. Right next to that, preserve recreation for people and dogs in the GGNRA. And that's an important point, because we know that the National Park Service wants to run these areas like a national park. But the reality is the recreation areas, the founding documents that got these areas started specify that they are open to recreation. And so that means the people and the dogs and the horses and the hang gliders all get to go there and enjoy these spaces, because we live in a city where there's very limited open space, and we need access to these areas to live healthy lives. So on that recreation theme, let's do one more chant before we bring up the next speaker. Not a cheer, a chant. Okay, so it's this one. Park Service, what do you say? Keep recreation in the bay. Park Service, what do you say? Keep recreation in the bay. Park Service, what do you say? Keep recreation in the bay. Park Service, what do you say? Keep recreation in the bay. Park Service, what do you say? Keep recreation in the bay. So we have an awesome community of people here in the Bay Area, and one of the organizations that we love is the San Francisco SPCA. And so we're lucky to have up here Dr. Jennifer Scarlett, who is co-director, co-president of the San Francisco SPCA. Give her a round of applause.
Hey, San Francisco, I was never a cheerleader. I was on the basketball team, but I'm going to give this a try. I have a dog and I vote. I have a dog and I vote. I'm not very good at this. I may need your help. I have a dog and I pick up his poop.